Mike go through practice today?
Yeah, and we didn't do a ton. Just got guys moving, walked through a lot of their stuff. Us defensively, us offensively, reacting to what we saw in game 2. But yeah, Mike was a participant.
What's kind of the optimism of him being able to go tomorrow? He was talking about how it's just sort of an unfamiliar pain for him. So.
Yeah, I'm very optimistic because Mike's one that I don't think he gets enough credit for how tough he is, what he's played through over these years. So his pain threshold is something that people don't understand and don't get, that he deals with all year long. So do I know if Mike's going to play? No. But I do know if Mike can play, he will. So trust Mike.
How did you like the way he bounced back in game 2?
Yeah, I thought the 15 rebounds was a great stat for a guy that was much more engaged, and that means he's in the paint. He was hitting the offensive glass, made an enormous 3 late. That was the regret late in the game was we had the numbered break, didn't get a good shot. But I thought it was, the regret was not the shot we got. It was more that Mike wasn't on the court. And to be honest, I didn't know if he was going to go back on the court. I knew he was in a lot of pain. He took himself out, rightfully so. You don't want to be on the court when you feel that kind of pain. So, yeah, I just thought he was much more engaged. Like I said, he was in the paint a lot, and a 6'10" guy like that, it really helps, to have somebody on the glass where Nikola can be more aggressive to help with Kawhi and James and Norman Powell attacking the basket. Somebody else has got to step up and rebound, and he did.
Well, and then what about just his ability to keep the floor spaced and keep them honest? Because he was talking about when Kawhi's out there, he has to keep an eye on him, and maybe he floats a little more when he's on other guys.
Yeah, 100%. And they were bringing in a third man the whole game to the other side of the court. We talked about that today. I didn't think we consistently stayed spaced well enough to take advantage of it. And when you do that, you're having to dribble the ball too much. It leads to stuff like 20 turnovers, and that's why you lose the game. So we got to be more responsible with that. Can't have multiple people flash into open areas. Got to have one person try to create 3v2s and 2v1s behind it. But again, this is a series that's going to be really tough. They're going to adjust. We're going to adjust. Hopefully we handle it better because I think we can get wide open shots on the backside.
How's Jamal feeling? Any update on him? He said he was sick on Monday.
Yeah, a lot of us were, for sure. And Jamal was, when he showed up, I didn't know if he was going to play. He was very sick. But you know how he is. He got hydrated. They put all the meds in him, whatever they did, I don't know. But he was able to play 40-plus minutes, feeling not so well. So he looked better today. You know how it is. Every day you feel a little bit better. Obviously, get a good night's sleep tonight, have all day tomorrow, and get ready to go tomorrow night.
Game 2 was a momentum shift. What is your sense of this group and how they'll respond tomorrow?
Oh, I think they'll respond, great. And I also think I didn't feel like it was a momentum shift. I thought we played better in Game 2 than Game 1, and we won Game 1. So I think they're feeling the same way. This series should be 1-1. Either team could say, man, we could be up 2-0. Well, both teams could say, man, we could be down 0-2. So it's that kind of series. We travel well on the road. We got veteran players down there. It's not going to be a thing where it's the first time we're going on the road in the playoffs. That's not what this is. We know the environment. We know what to expect, and I think you have to embrace the moment. 1-1, 4 seed, 5 seed, chance to move on to the second round. Like, this is what you want. So going into a hostile environment sounds fun to me.
Dave, going back to a lot of people were feeling under the weather on Monday. Was there a bug going through, and what's the status of that?
You'd have to ask Dr. Morteza. I don't really know, but it was, a lot of people were hit all the way through front office, all the way down. So, there's no excuses here. It's just we have plenty of medical people to get us going. So hopefully it doesn't spread. Hopefully someone will wake up tomorrow not feeling well. But it did hit a few people. Had nothing to do with the game or the outcome, just what happened.
You can correct me if I'm wrong, but it felt like the Clippers did a good job keeping Harden out of action on your 3-man actions, whether it's double drags, anything else. What type of things can you guys try to do to get him more involved defensively? Yeah,
and I think it's, they moved him around to different matchups, and I think sometimes you can overcoach and you try to presuppose who he's going to be on instead of saying whoever he's on, this person has to be part of that action. Whether it's splits or touch actions, catch and shoot plays, cross screens for Nikola, all those things. And James has great hands, and he's actually a very underrated post-up defender. But yeah, we have to get him involved. It's more so to affect him on the other end. It's not just get James Harden involved. It's, if he guards and he's handling the ball 80% of the time for them, hopefully you can wear him down a little bit if he's playing 40 minutes.
Trends, sometimes a series can evolve and then change and shift in ways that you don't really expect, but are there any trends that you think are going to continue to kind of stay the same that you've seen through the first couple?
I just think we're both going to adjust and do a lot of different stuff throughout. I thought we did some things that were effective last game that we probably should have gone back to more, but they only had 105 points. And so there's that weird, do we do something different out of a timeout, and then you get Bogdanovich going because you did it. Now he makes a shot, he sees it go through, and now he impacts a game or the series or whatever it may be. So it's a fine line between I think we're doing a really good job, but also you can't give them the same look all the time. So same thing tomorrow. I know they'll do different things. We will too. We like the results of some of the stuff we did as far as the cross matching and other alignments we put out there. But it's just like your question about James Harden. It's going to change tomorrow again, and they're going to hide him in different ways, and they're going to show us different looks, and Nicole's going to see different things. So the trend for me has been the randomness, and the major trend in this series has been the physicality and playing through that. And game 1 they turned it over, we win. Game 2 we turn it over, they win late in the game too. So got to take care of it and give ourselves a chance to win down there.
Yeah, you mentioned hostile crowd, and I asked Peyton as a SoCal kid, with it being really a Lakers town.
Yeah.
Them having their own building, did you notice a difference with the Clippers now? And obviously it's an amazing building, but in their own space, because you've gone there forever when it's been the Lakers building.
Yeah, 2 things stood out to me. One, they have the crowd at the end of towards our bench that it's like a high school crowd, which is actually really cool. And the other thing is they pump sound in that place. That place is so loud. It reminds me of Phoenix. We lost there a couple years ago in the second round, where you couldn't even hear each other talk to each other, at the timeouts with coaches. So that building is it's very loud, whether the crowd is cheering or not. So we have to be prepared for that. It is an amazing place, by the way. I'd love to go see a concert there. It's absolutely crazy. But no, we're excited to go down there and play.
Did it have an impact on the free throw shooting in that game that you guys played there? I think it's like 10 for 19 or something.
Yeah, I think it's different. You know what I mean? I think it's something that you kind of go back in the past, what you used to see in college, high school, that kind of stuff. So it's a cool thing. I don't know how long it'll survive, but it's a cool idea. And the old school NBA used to be like that in the smaller venues, like when I was growing up. So I actually think it's kind of sweet. I wish we could shoot one-on-ones too. That'd be awesome.
And I'm half kidding with this question, but you finally lost a game.
Yeah.
Is it kind of on your record? Did that change anything in your approach or anything at all?
No, because like I said, we could have lost game 1 too. This is about the process of figuring out how to win 4 games. It's not about records and all that stuff. It's just about the first to 4. I'm part of a group of people trying to win 4 games. That's all I think about.
In the event Mike isn't able to go or is limited at all, what are some things Peyton can do to kind of help, fill the void or make his minutes successful?
Yeah, I mean, he can provide defensive, versatility. It allows us to hide other people that are important to us offensively. It allows us to do more things out of timeouts, hitting people, cross-matching, all those kind of things. He has the ability to do that. I thought he had some good possessions on Kawhi. The one shot he made on Pate was a really tough shot. A lot of his shots were. But no, Peyton provides that. And you know what? A lot of our guys provide different things. Russ provides a free safety. I thought Jalen was very steady. I probably could have put him back in the second half, a guy that can make a shot. So we can go a lot of different ways. We know that, and everybody's just got to be ready to go.
If you could see one concert in Intuit, what are we going with?
Oh, man. Let me think about that. I'll get back to you. Yeah.
We'll check in pregame tomorrow.
All right, sounds good. All right.
Thank you.